What is your reaction to President Obama calling your police department stupid, that they acted stupidly in the Gates situation?
You know, I appreciate President Obama's remarks. As he mentioned in his statement that he and Professor Gates are friends and that he doesn't know all of the facts. And we're still trying to figure out and talk to members of the police department to find out what really happened and see how we can move towards some resolution of the circumstances.
Is it true that you called Professor Gates to apologize to him?
Yes, I did. I talked to Professor Gates on Monday, just to see if he was okay, how he was doing, to express my apologies on what I feel is an unfortunate situation, and also to talk to him about when he got back to Cambridge, having an opportunity to sit and talk with him.
Were you surprised to hear the president discuss this in a national press conference last night?
I was surprised to hear it come up in a press conference in Washington, D.C. that I believe was around health care reform.
You think it was a mistake for him to render an opinion on something like this?
I'm not going to make a judgment on what the president says and when he says it.
You called Professor Gates to deal with the situation, offer an apology because you say it's unfortunate. The sergeant involved, Sergeant Crowley, before any of this press conference hubbub, he was asked by the media, he said there will be no apology. What do you make of that?
What I would say is we're still investigating, or I should say we're still having conversation about what happened, and I don't think it's fair for me to make a judgment about what the next steps are going to be. But I know that I can say this to you with great assurance, there will be some next steps, there will be more conversation. I am going to have an opportunity to talk to, at least that's what I'm moving toward, is having a conversation with Sergeant Crowley, with the police commissioner, with the city manager, and I hope with Professor Gates to talk about what actually happened.
What would be the circumstances that were sufficient for you to apologize, but not for the police officer? That's what I think is a little confusing.
Because I think it's unfortunate. This is a resident of my city, my town. I believe, based on what little I know, it probably should not have happened. And so I want to apologize to let the professor know that we are looking into this. We want to make sure that he is okay.
And you're going to stay on it, is that right?
I'm going to stay on it.
All right, Ms. Mayor, thank you very much for joining us this morning. I appreciate you talking about what's become a national issue.
Yes, it has, and you're welcome.